We are doing the prospecting 101 from a different angle. So, welcome. So, we discuss the foundation for prospecting. We'll also see how to connect with prospects, and we'll see the process of turning the prospects into paying customers. So, I hope you're ready. And maybe it is important that I put this across first before we get down with it. Um, as I usually say before I start any training, is discipline is something I cannot teach you. It should be from within you. You should want it so bad that you'll be back in school. We used to say you should be ahead of the teacher. So you should want it so bad. You should want success so bad that you should be able to go ahead of time. Um, and one other thing that I mentioned is if you prospect to someone and they reach out to ask for a service that you're not offering, never say no. And a good example, which I've been repeating, is if someone reaches out to you and asks you for web design services, don't say no. Instead, tell them you'll get back to them. Then find a web designer, ask how much they'll charge. Then you can decide on whether you want to double what the web designer has said, or if you want just a small percentage, then you can also do that. So the key thing here is have discipline, have the hunger to want the success so bad, and never say no. You never know what opportunities lie ahead. You can partner with a web designer. If the client needs some SEO, you can partner with me. If they need any service that you're not offering, find someone who can do it, then be the broker, sort of. Okay. Now, when laying the foundation for prospecting, there are three very important steps that we must follow. The first one is defining your niche and determining or describing your ideal client. The second one is building your personal brand. And the third one is preparing your tools and systems. If this is not your first time here, then you've have the chance of hearing about this. If it is your first time, we'll go through each in detail. Um, when you are deciding to be a freelancer or to be a remote worker, um, you should first know what you want to offer. That's the basis of everything. So you should know what you want to offer. And I remember I've said this a number of times. Um, Never say you offer virtual assistant services. Uh, Basically, there's no service called virtual assistant service. So be specific. If you do bookkeeping, if you do accounting, then say you'll offer accounting services, bookkeeping services. It's only that you are in a category of virtual assistants. So uh, be specific. Say I'm offering copywriting. That's a general term too. So you can say you offer email copywriting, website copywriting, landing page copywriting, um, if you're offering administrative assistance, then be specific on you offer travel planning and booking, you offer meeting agenda, you offer presentation, pitch deck, uh, data entry and analysis. Be specific on the services that you offer. So don't be general. Don't say you offer virtual assistant services. There's no service like that. And I hope that is clear because that will determine whether the person you are prospecting to will reply to your message at all. Because you don't want to give them a hard time. At the same time, you want them to pay you. So you have to decide uh, what task do you want them to do, either to pay you or to help you find out what you offer. Of course, you'll want them to pay you. So you should identify the services that you offer. Now, after you've identified the service you want to offer, now you niche down. And I remember saying you can niche down on three angles or approaches. So the first uh, way you can niche down is niching down on a service. So you can decide to be a bookkeeping virtual assistant, and that means you only offer bookkeeping services. Okay, that's your major offering. But in case your client needs travel planning, you can offer that as a side thing. If they need some blog writing, you can offer that as a side. So your main offering is you can niche down on bookkeeping, you can niche down on blog writing. So that is one angle of niching. That's on the service. The second method of niching down is you niche down on who you want to serve. So, for example, if I don't want to specialize in bookkeeping or blog writing, instead, I want to offer my services to advocates and lawyers. So that's niching down on your clients. You only serve a specific category of clients. Then the third one is niching down on location. So you can decide you only help small businesses in a city somewhere, say Leeds, say Manchester, mm, just a specific location. So you can either do one of the three or you can combine. So you can decide you're a bookkeeping virtual assistant for advocates in London. So that's a three step niching down. You can niche down just as a bookkeeper for advocates worldwide, or you can niche down on just one service. So the importance of niching down is your ideal clients will view you as an expert. If, for example, I'm offering my services to online course creators, these are the people who sell courses or who teach people online. If I'm a virtual assistant for those people, then if I talk to one of them, uh, by default, they'll know that I understand what they are doing. I understand their language. So in case they have some, say, abbreviations or terminologies, they won't be worried about using them with me because if I'm offering my services to them and them alone, then I should be able to understand their language. Now, once you've decided on the niche that you'll go with, be it on the service, on the location, or on the client, then find out what their problems are. And one thing I say from time to time is, when I say focus on their pain points, these should be pain points that you can solve. So, for example, if you're offering your services to, say, fitness coaches, um, if their problem is lack of funds, as a virtual assistant, you cannot solve that. So don't mention that. You only mention the problems that you can solve. For example, if they are a fitness coach, maybe they don't have a recording system to know who their clients are, the payments, their marketing, and what have you. So write down the pain points that you can solve. And just to take it a step further, once, okay, that's okay, Linda. I'll share the recording with you. Thank you. Taking it a step further, once you've written down the pain points, write down what I love to call their promised land. That is how life would be after they hire you. So, if, for example, our fitness coach has no records of clients, they don't have anything showing how they are doing their marketing, they don't have any sales records. So, their uh, promised land would be, they'll have a system which shows how the clients, it also shows the payment they have made. It will also have their marketing strategy, right from doing adverts, doing social media, to conversion, as in they'll have that system in place. So that is how their promised land will look like. Then, um, or that would be their goals. Then your skills are the bridge between their pain points and their promised land. So if they don't have that system, for example, that's their problem. Their future or their promised land is that they'll have a system. The skill that I have is for system creation and automation. So you see, that skill will help them create a system which will record the clients they have, the payments, and what have you. So write down the pain points, write down their promised land, then ensure you have the skills to bridge the gap between the two. So down there is an example of a niche. That's a niche on the ideal client. Uh, you're niching down on small e-commerce businesses. So, and of course, you'll have a definition of what a small e-commerce business is, so that you can know the difference between a small one and a medium one. Then their pain points is that they have low website traffic. That means they have few people visiting their sites and they don't have blog content on their website. So their goal or their promised land is that they will have increased traffic and they'll have conversions. And this is where the people visiting the website will buy or subscribe to whatever the small business is offering. And the skill that I have, which will help them move from the pain points to the goals, is that I'm an SEO expert and I'm a content writer or a blog writer. Okay. And I hope you're having this, uh, and maybe write them down as we proceed so that you can feel how simple it will be once you have them on paper. Now, the second point in the foundation building was building your personal brand. And your personal brand is your ambassador. This is something which will sell you when you're not there. And a good example is your LinkedIn profile. When you are asleep, your profile is active, whichever the case, and someone could be going through their LinkedIn. They come across your posts where you're showing how to solve a specific problem. Maybe if we use SEO for example, if I have a post talking about how small business owners can apply a quick fix to their website, which will guarantee them traffic. Then once they see that, they look through my profile. If it's well branded and optimized, they'll reach out to the inbox telling me, I saw you talked about tweaking my website to get traffic. Is this something you can do for me? So your brand is your ambassador. It's what sells you even when you are not online. So personal branding is very important as a freelancer because it shows that you're an expert in what you are offering. So to build your personal brand, you should update your LinkedIn profile from the headline, bio, the about section, the results, the blogs, have a service page. There's a lot that goes to that. Then, if you have the ability, create a professional website. If not, create a portfolio page. We have a number of platforms which allow you to create a portfolio page. Canva is one of them. You create a portfolio page which will look like a website, and this you can share when you're prospecting. So Canva is one. Um, I think I had two more. I'll find the notes, then I'll share with you. Then you also boost your brand by having your profile on Upwork and on Fiverr and on other platforms. So these will help market you even when you are not actively marketing. So when building your brand, also it's important to show credibility, build trust. And the way you build trust is if you've offered any service to a client, let them have a testimonial for you. That goes a long way in campaigning for you. Have success stories or case studies. These are successful projects that you have handled. So, for example, if you are a social media manager a while ago for maybe a hotel brand or for maybe a hairline business, then your portfolio would be to state the problems they had before you onboarded. So maybe they had low followership, they had low online presence, they were not getting any customers through maybe Facebook. Then what you did, you created some content strategy which would convert traffic to customers. Then you came up with a content calendar. You posted the content. Then the success of the story is that um, you increased the followership maybe by 2,000 people. Engagement rose. Engagements are things like likes, shares, comments, and the business was able to get uh, maybe like 3% of the engagement as customers. So that counts as a success. Then also have high quality samples of your work. So if I'm a social media manager, going by the example I just gave, I should have a number of social media strategies, documents. I should have a number of content calendars. I should have a number of social media posts. Uh, could be dummy posts or could be real posts, uh, provided they show the high quality of your work. Then the third one was tools and systems. Now, for tools, um, tools should be things like templates, um, spreadsheets, have your service flyer, have a brochure showing the services you offer and who you offer it to, the price and what have you. Then systems for systems, systems begin from marketing to the sales, to the delivery and the technical aspects of your business. So systems could include things like onboarding checklists. So this will help you know what to ask from the client when they've agreed to work with you. Should have a contract. They should give you access, either access to their social media if you're doing that, or they can give you a platform where you submit your work, then um, they can publish it on their own. Another system should be a payment system. So you should have it set out from the word go. What it, which platform they'll use to pay you. Uh, you can have options in case maybe one fails. Then you should have a dispute resolution system. You should have offboarding system. So maybe you've increased your price to maybe from $800 to 1,000, and you communicate this with your existing clients that due to increased value that you offer, you've raised your rates to 1,000 per month. If they don't agree with you, then have a system of how you offboard them so that they cannot feel like you threw them off, because they'll also be a source of referrals down the line. So those are the tools and the systems. Now, once you have that foundation, you already have you know the service you're offering, you know the clients you want to serve, you've done your personal branding, you have the systems in place. Uh, so, for example, right now as we talk, you should be having a contract template. You should have portfolio items, good quality. You should have a page, either a website or a page that shows what you do. You should be already branding your social media by showing the services that you offer and what have you. Now, after you've done all that, now you come to find prospects. And you have a number of places to find, social media being one, freelance platforms, job boards, and your networks. Um, the third one, job boards, is not my favorite, and uh, I would not really encourage you dedicating your time to job boards. The reason is a lot of jobs, freelance jobs, are not advertised. Sometimes even a business person has a problem, they don't know they have a problem. Uh, it's not even in their scope. They're not aware. And these are good clients. So I don't encourage the third option. Um, I encourage I advocate majorly for the first option, social media, followed by freelance platforms, and then your network should be there throughout, like from the word go and continuously. So for social media, um, you have to join groups to find your prospects there. So if you're offering your services to fitness coaches or business coaches, so you should find the groups that they are in. If it's LinkedIn, then you should connect with fitness coaches if that's your client. Uh, you should connect with advocates if that's your client. Then you can do the outreach to them step by step. For the freelance platforms, you create an account. Then for Upwork, you'll be bidding for the jobs. For Fiverr, as long as you optimize your profile well and keep it online 24/7, then after a few days, months, um, sometimes years, then you'll start getting jobs. Then your network should refer you to jobs, should introduce you to places where there are jobs. So once you find a prospect, maybe on social media, and maybe I would give an example of the one I was saying. You find a client who who is not aware they have a problem that you can solve. So, for example, if you go to Facebook, then you'll find someone maybe promoting their business. Then, when you visit the website of the business, you find out that maybe they have no contact us page. Maybe they are not specific on who they offer their services to. So, for example, if I would go to Facebook, then if I would join an advocate group, then I'll pick on those who have websites. And because law is practiced, though there is international law, there is majorly it's regional based. So a lawyer in the UK, uh, and it's a divorce lawyer, for example, they are offering their services in a specific city in the UK. So their website should specify that we offer divorce presentation or representation in, um, say, Manchester. So that is just an example. So if I go to their website and find out they're just saying they are divorce lawyers, just that, then that's a problem. So that's how you find prospects. We'll go deep into that some other time. So once you've pinpointed your prospects, do thorough research about them. Try to understand their business, what their goals are, and try to pick on the challenges that they are facing. And remember, we said pick on challenges you can solve. If their challenge is lack of funds, for example, that's not something you can solve. So first do that. Then by being a virtual assistant means you are proactive. Being proactive means you think ahead. Thinking ahead means you will know what they need before you reach out. So you'll be talking to their need. And when someone talks to your need, then it becomes simpler for you to do what they are saying. Now, when connecting with your prospects, uh, that's after you've identified them. There are four ways you can go through it. One is through cold outreach, two is through warm outreach, three is through content marketing, then the fourth one is networking. So cold outreach, this is where you've ID'd prospects on LinkedIn, then you go direct to their inbox, or you find a prospect on Google search, then you email them directly. So this is sending emails or DMs or calling prospects whom you've never interacted with before and pitching your services there and then. Then warm outreach. The only difference between warm and cold is that once you've ID'd your deal clients, then you interact with them first, like comment, ask questions. Um, so until they are aware that there's someone called Lawrence, uh, he seems to be commenting on my post, blah blah blah. Then you DM them. Now that is a warm outreach because you've already maybe had contact with for like 4 times. Then content marketing. This is through branding. So you either do social media posts, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or you write blogs on your website. Now, when a prospect is looking for a solution to a problem that you solve, they'll most likely come across your content. And if they believe you're an expert, then they'll reach out to you. Then networking, this is in niche forums, groups or communities or events. So, for example, if you join a Facebook group for business coaches, then you can network in there. You can be posting valuable content, interacting with the guys there, and so on and so forth. So that's networking. So that makes the four methods that you can use. Um, I recommend all of them in equal measure. Each one has its own advantages and disadvantages. For example, cold outreach, there is a high probability of rejection or being ghosted. But if you're not rejected or ghosted, it will lead direct to a business. So that's an advantage. So if I call email someone telling them that they have this problem and I have the solution, then they reply saying, "Tell me more." Then you get on a call where you can convert them. Simple and easy. Warm outreach, you could be the problem with warm outreach is you could be warming, you could be warming up a lead who is not interested in your services. So you can have contact with a lead for like 4 times, then finally you find out they are not in need of your service, or maybe they have someone else already doing what you want to do to them. Content marketing is a long term game. Same to networking, it's a long term game where you don't show your services directly. For example, content marketing, you can be writing content for as long as 3 years. Sometimes someone will pick a video you did last year, then they tell you they have that specific problem. Could you help them? So it's a long term game. Same to networking. Now, once you've chosen the method you'll go with to prospect to a client, then your message should stand out. One thing that I can't stress enough is you should be able to grab the attention of your prospects. Do whatever it takes as long as you grab their attention. Because if you don't grab their attention, um, phones are getting or gadgets are getting smarter. People are getting dumber and lazier. So if I'm scrolling through my phone, what will make me stop to read what you write? So that's the importance of making your message stand out. Because if you grab my attention, then I read, then I find out you want to offer a service to me, then um, I'll either agree or disagree. But if you cannot even grab my attention, then it's the same as uh, having a useless message out there. So when you are reaching out, one, you should reference something very specific about their business or challenge. So a good way would be you do an audit of them, find out if they have a problem or if they are growing or if whichever scenario, as long as it's specific, it's something real. For example, the example given down there, You say, I noticed your business is expanding its online store. So you could find that they have posted recently that they are opening another branch in somewhere. So you would have noticed that they are expanding. Then the second thing is you should clearly explain how you will solve their problems. Business owners are busy people. The last thing they would want is an extra problem from someone they don't know. So if they are going to read your message or your outreach, then you better make it worth their time. So you should clearly explain and don't be general. I've talked with a number of you guys. Um, you're saying you'll make their business be efficient, uh, and when someone reaches out to me about that, I always get blank with you. Talking about I'll make your business efficient, that's useless things you're saying. So be specific. If you'll make them to be able to say, for example, you'll help them track all their expenses, find out what is causing maybe losses or something. So you see how specific you can get so that they too can know if your services are of help to them. Because if you tell me you'll make my life productive, I don't know which aspect of productive you're talking. Is it the biological part? Is it the physical? Whichever. So such general statements are useless and not advisable. Then always end with the CTA, and the call to action should be clear on what the next step should be. So don't say, I look forward to hearing from you. They can let you look forward for as long as you can look. So say, are you available any day next week? So you're putting a time frame. Can we schedule a 10-minute call tomorrow? So be specific on what the next action should be. Then, of course, the prospecting we just talked about was the first contact. And if you're doing a cold email or message, most prospects will not reply to your first message because they assume you are a scam or you are a spam and they let you be. So, what you would do is if you're using an email platform, for example, which shows you that these people opened your email, then after 3 days, do a gentle check in. You can say something like, just bringing this back up. Did you get my first message? Blah, blah, blah. Then, if they open, they don't reply. After 7 days, you also come back. Now, this time, don't just say you're checking if they got the first two emails. Come with more value or context. And an example would be I noted that on your website you don't have this. I've created this page for you, which you will just copy and paste. Would you love to check it out? So you are prodding them. Um, you're trying to gain their interest. And if they want to see, then they'll say, sure, go ahead, send it. Then that's the beginning of your conversation. Then if they don't reply the 7 days, do a final one on 14 days. Um, this will be the last time you are texting because there's so much you can do follow up and you don't want to be uh, knocking on locked doors. So when doing follow up, be polite, be professional, and be persistent without being pushy. and it would be good if you offer value. If, for example, you are offering social media management, and then you noted after the first and second um, email that their Facebook posting is not consistent still, you can write for them a 7-day post, then ask them if they want to look. And that would be also another secret, is when you do that, when you write, say, a value or you create something for them, you don't send it on the first email. You ask them if they would want to look, and that is a secret of getting them to reply. So once they reply, you can send it to them, and then you can now text them, because it means they are now reading your messages. Now, what happens if the customer agrees to working with you? Um, of course, the first step would be to set up a discovery call. This could be a Google Meet, a Zoom, uh, just to be able to bring on board their goals, their challenges. And on such discovery calls, always aim at taking charge. And the way to take charge is ask questions, ask directing questions, and listen 80% of the time, talk 20%, and this 20% should be you asking questions. So take control of the discovery call, even if they are the ones who made the call. Have a point of leading it. Then, after the discovery call, of course, they'll tell you their challenges, what they'll want. Then you'll tell them if your services can help them achieve their goals and what have you. After the call, you should send a professional proposal. This should entail almost everything you discussed in the discovery call. Show the deliverables, show the timelines, the pricing, and in pricing, it's good to give them options. Um, you can tell them either to pay per hour, pay per project, or pay monthly, depending on how you discuss. Then the proposal should have a CTA. Most likely, let me know if we can move forward, because already you've had the first call. So the proposal is for them to confirm. Then, if there are any objections, you should address them professionally. So, if they are worried of you're charging too much, um, find a way of discussing that. Be flexible too on your part. Um, you can offer a discount. For example, if they tell you you're charging too high, um, tell them that you can lower it to a certain limit, provided you engage in a, say, a 1 year contract. So in that way, uh, you won't be losing. Instead of having a one-off project charging too low, so at least you can say, I can lower it to this point, but then let's have it running for a long time. So at the end of the day, if you do your math well, they'll still pay you what they were supposed to pay you. And then there are objections, um, and the objections will most likely knock you out of your feet if you're not ready for them, because I've experienced a number of guys. Maybe they are told that this is out of my budget, and being a first timer, you are worried whether you are undercharging, you're overcharging. You're not sure. So you should try to take lead. reinstate the value you provide, um, be flexible. If there is an option of having small packages, you can do that, so that instead of you doing a big project for a small amount of money, you can split it into sections. So you do a small part for a percentage of money, then you proceed in that form. Also, be confident when talking about money. There's a I remember when we were doing the freelancer mindset, we talked about being confident when talking about money. So be confident when talking about money, because sometimes you say a price and someone is like, that's just through the roof. We can't afford that now. Then your ego, your confidence will be punctured, and you won't know what to say, and that's how you would lose a client. So be confident when talking about money. Good. Now, if everything goes according to plan, then you should have your scope of work ready. A scope of work is it's like a document. It is a document which talks of what you will do, when you will do, what you will deliver, what they should expect. So you should have that. Um, I remember I've shared with some of you. Those who have not shared, I'll share it with you. Then agree on the pricing and the payment plans. Agree on the timelines and milestones. Then have a system for offboarding and dispute resolution. We are human beings and things are bound to happen. So know when there is a problem, what happens, how will you solve it. Now these are just bonus tips. Confidence matters a lot, and there's someone I don't remember well who said a confident starter or beginner can get more jobs than a nervous expert. And that's so true, because if you're not confident when talking to your client, then there's a high probability that you lose them. Listen 80% of the time, talk 20%. This because what you say can mean something, but what your client says means everything, because they are the one who are supposed to pay you. So if they say they want a specific direction, that's what you'll do if you want to get the money. Then when doing follow up, always do it with value, give free value. Then you can offer resources to show that you care. You can offer checklists, you can offer a free strategy call, just offer a bonus resource. Then your CTA should be clear and easy to respond to. Don't be vague in your CTA. Your prospects should know that uh, if they are getting on a call to you, what is the agenda? So you should say, are you available to hop on a 15-minute call to discuss on whether we are a good fit? So they'll know that they are getting on that call for that. Then make your messages personal. If you're writing one email to 400 people, there's a high probability that it will look rigid. It will just look like a generic message, and it will outrightly be ignored. Then, when having a call with the client, a discovery call that is, aim to control it. So, aim to, for example, if you're getting on a call with a potential client, After your greetings, then you should ask the first question. You should ask them, what do you expect to get out of this call? So that way you're letting them give you the secret on what you're supposed to talk about. Then you can also set some conditions. For example, you would say, I always appreciate when the person I'm talking with gives me a yes or a no answer instead of a maybe. Because you can have a discovery call with someone, then they tell you, let me have a discussion with someone, blah, blah, blah. They're only finding a way to avoid you. So it's good if they said no, then you can focus your energy elsewhere. So the key takeaways here is prospecting is a skill. The more you do it, the more you perfect it. Be persistent in everything you do, not just freelancing, everything. Habit is persistence in practice. Then always provide value, always solve problems. By there, as a freelancer, you're hired to solve a problem. It's that time of the session where I invite questions, concerns, worries, comments. Anyone? Anyone with a question? Good. So who is promising to start prospecting? Good, good, Pauline, good faith. Um, I hope you can start. I've already laid out. Thanks, Esther. Marilyn, I'm seeing your hand. Um, yes, Marilyn. Marilyn, do you have a question before I answer Sharon?
No,
Okay, you are saying you'll start prospecting. Good. Sharon is asking while warming up, when do you know when the right time to start pitching? One, uh, once they recognize you. So, like, if they reply to your comments, it means they have seen you. You can jump straight to their inbox, tell them. So, because you're coming off the post, you'll tell them, I like the post about this and this and this, and then ask a follow up question about it just to get them to reply in your inbox. Then, after they reply, you can now take them down the prospecting route. So, Sharon, good. Faisal, is social media management applicable on TikTok? Yes, TikTok is a social media platform. Social media is from Fiverr, oh, sorry, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. There are others like Thread. There's, is it called Medium? Others are not popular as such, but TikTok, right now, TikTok is the craze of the world. So, social media management includes TikTok. So, you'll be creating reels, short videos for TikTok. You'll be writing captions, the hashtags. You'll be finding out the what do you call the popular, not popular. Um, There are these videos which are trending. Yeah, you'll be finding the trending videos or audios to use. So that entails TikTok. Hope that answered Fiza. Esther Maino.
Okay. Hi guys.
Hi.
So my question is, uh, will this be the last, or what am I even asking? Will this be the last lesson, or we are expecting more? Because I feel like I would want you to touch on about Upwork and Fever.
This is just the beginning. Um, yeah, it's just the beginning. We'll go deep. Um, we'll explore Upwork and Fiverr. Then we'll explore Facebook more. I feel like the guys I took through Facebook, they are not confident enough. They did not ask questions, but when they went to the ground, they found things are different. So we'll have to redo Facebook. We'll have to redo practicals, uh, just to ensure. So this is just like an introduction part, but it should be enough for you to start pitching because like laying the foundation. We talked about having portfolio, uh, having a portfolio, having a optimized LinkedIn or Facebook, having testimonials where applicable, having case studies, having high quality samples. So these are things you can start doing. They are part of the prospecting, but you're not yet talking to the prospect. So these are things which are fully dependent on you. So these are things you can do as of now. Good. Any other question? Yes, Esther.
Okay, my last question is, I saw something like one of the ways of getting those clients, it's having a professional website. Is it something that someone can create for him or herself, or is something that I have to find someone create it for me, the website?
No, it's something you can create for yourself. Mm, not really a website, but a portfolio page. Uh-huh. Mm, I wish I could find. There's one portfolio page I had shared with some guys. Don't know if I can find it. Let me see. Mhm. Let me see if I find it. I'll share with you. But then I was also trying to see Google Sites. I think Google Sites is free. Google Site, you can create a website for free on Google. Problem is, which is not a problem as such, is you'll have a very long link. It's not like kipronorite.com. It will be a very long link, but then because you'll be embedding it somewhere, then it won't matter. So you can come to sites.google, find a template, then start editing it. In case you encounter a challenge, feel free to ask. So you see, for example, this one. So this is the name of the site. So I can name it virtually. Then for the pages, you can edit this to be, I think you can edit it. So you can name these services. Then this is about us. So I can have here this to be about us or about me. Then you can have these as contact me. Mm. Then this you can have portfolio. You can feel free to, then it's just you edit it like here directly. So you can see the people you help, what have you, then the year, then if you have images. So you can use sites.google. Problem is, for example, if you see the chat to this meet, that link I've shared, that is the link to that website on your page. So you see how long it is. But then if you'll be writing, um, maybe for example, if you're linking it somewhere like here, then no one will see how long it is. People will only be interested in how it appears. So you can come and edit that. Good. So any other question? I hope that's answered. I believe it was Esther. Okay. If you don't have any other question, then thank you so much for your attention. Have a good night. Be intentional. Be intentional in what you do. If you decide that this is something you want, then create the portfolio items, create a portfolio page on Canva or use sites.google. Have a service flyer showing the services you offer and the price. Have a pricing like catalog, then start prospecting. I'm available for any questions. Um, if you need any assistance, I'm always available. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Sorry, Lawrence, before you drop off,
Yeah,
there's this link that you posted here, but when I click on it, it's saying that sorry, you don't have access to this page.
which one was that?
The last link that you've just posted qua message.
Oh, it's the website. It's because I have not published it. But let me
Okay.
publish. But let's see. Oh, virtually what? Virtually keep publish. Kindly check if it's It's now online.
Okay, let me just open it again.
Or let me
Me- yeah,
nafungua.
it's iko on.
Yeah.
Iko
It's
on.
because it was
Wow.
still in edit mode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sawa. Thanks so much. And
So
have a
thank
good
you
night,
guys.
everyone.
Have a good night. Thank you and welcome. See you guys. I'll give you an update tomorrow in the morning.